Water fizzed. Kindle charged. Pizza ordered and on its way. Let's start this weekend. Hi everyone, Rosie here. Welcome back to my channel. As you will know by now, it is my birthday this weekend. I am one of those adults who actually really likes their birthday. I don't mind getting older, and I'm pretty happy with my life, so I'm happy to celebrate another year of it continuing. I'm going to have sort of like a little staycation and be a bit of a spoiled princess this weekend. My birthday present this year is mostly that my partner's gonna do the chores this weekend and do all the cooking, and just like I'm gonna have a chill weekend and read a lot, which might be difficult because I'm really bad at just sitting around when he's doing chores. I'm like, no, I can't just let you do all this stuff. I've got to help too. But you know what? We're going to get past it. I'm going to have a really chill weekend and just do a bunch of reading. I'm getting started. I'm going to finish the book that I'm reading right now, which is Lowborn by Kerry Hudson. This is my last nonfiction November read, and I'm really enjoying it, but I also kind of want to wrap it up. I'm having a weird reading month. I think I'm getting over it, but I really want this weekend to just be about like picking books that I feel excited to read and then reading them. I know, revolutionary concept, right? Anyway, yes, I think before dinner I'm going to try and finish that. I've got probably about an hour left, and then we can get on with a bunch of mood reading, which is something I have not done much of since I started booktube, and I'm really excited to get back to for a little while. I finished Lowborn at just the right time. I don't think I introduced it earlier. It's a memoir about Kerry Hudson's childhood growing up in pretty extreme poverty in Britain in sort of the 80s and 90s, and then the lasting impact that had on her and sort of a reflection on that issue in general. I'm not summing it up well. I'm definitely gonna have to think about this and write out some detailed notes before I film my wrap up. It was really interesting. It was heartbreaking, but also strangely readable. I feel like a book on this topic could have been one of those books that you know is important to read, but at any given point you have no interest in reading. This one, even though it was heartbreaking and awful in places, didn't have that sort of effect on me. Again, not explaining it well, but it's really interesting. If it's a topic you're interested in, I highly recommend checking it out. Despite how readable it was, I'm really glad I got it sort of wrapped up, because I really want to focus on just like relaxing, happy making, enjoyable reads this weekend. Be a bit selfish, not do any heavy thinking or heavy feeling, just like lean into good feels. So that's done. And I think our dinner should be here in any minute now, so I'm gonna pause my reading for now. I haven't got that much reading done this reading weekend so far. What am I saying? I finished a book earlier, but since then I've just been chilling out, watching some TV, eating pizza, having a nice long hot soak in the bath. Which sometimes I read in the bath, but sometimes, you know what, it's nice to just like veg out, make a playlist, do the crossword. I know, I have such wild birthday plans, don't I? And now I'm going to keep working on the other book that I still have in progress that I'm physically reading. I've got an audiobook that I'll mention tomorrow, but I'm also reading The Two Towers by J.R.R. Tolkien for the Tolkien Along, which you guys must be sick to death of hearing me talk about, but it's really fun. I'm about 3/4 of the way into The Two Towers, I think, and I want to finish it by Monday. So I've got a fair bit of reading to do, but also I think it's totally doable. I read, I think, 2 more chapters of The Two Towers last night, which was lovely. I'm actually enjoying the second half of the book so much more than I thought I would, so that is such a nice surprise. But I'm not in I am in a rush to finish it. I want to finish it by Monday, but I've only got 4 chapters left now, so I think I'm going to read 2 of those tonight and 2 of those tomorrow night. They're lovely to read before falling asleep. They're very cozy like that. So right now, I was gonna go for a run this morning, but honestly, it's just very gray and wet outside, and I don't feel like it. So I'm not going to feel bad about that. I'm going to enjoy my birthday and not spend it feeling guilty. And I've got my cozy house coat. I've got my cozy house hat, which is both good for keeping my head warm in our very cold apartment and also for hiding my bedhead. My tea is steeping over in the kitchen, and I am going to start, well, I'm going to continue reading Snake Agent by Liz Williams. If you saw my try a chapter video, which I will link up here, I hope that's the right corner, I honestly never know. In that video, I tried the first chapter of Snake Agent, or I guess the prologue technically, so I really liked that. It seems like it's a quick read, it seems like it's going to be really engrossing. It's about a detective in Singapore his branch is like supernatural detective, so he handles all of the supernatural and like mythical crimes. In this one, apparently there's illegally trafficked souls, and that sounds really interesting, so I want to give this a go, and I think this is the perfect weekend to just really cozy up with a cool new detective fantasy novel. Later now. I've read about, I think, 40% of Snake Agent, and I decided to take a little break and come out for my walk. I try and go for a walk every day at lunchtime when it's the brightest. As you can see, the sun has actually like emerged from the clouds briefly, so that's nice. Snake Agent. So far, it's really good. It's really engrossing. I think it's both like other books that I've read in the fact that it's, fairly urban fantasy setting type thing with a mystery element. I love that. But also it's set in what's called Singapore 3, which is in this universe. Singapore's got franchises, so this is like, there's the original one, I guess, and then 2, and this one's the 3rd. Now they're opening Singapore 6 somewhere. So that's kind of different. Also, I don't think I've read much, if any, fantasy set in an East Asian setting, so that's super cool. I'm really enjoying that. The mystery's really good too. Like, I'm intrigued. I'm curious. I don't know how this is going to end. What's going to happen? How's it all going to shake out? Who knows? I want to keep reading. While I'm on my walk, though, I'm listening to an audiobook, and honestly, it's only okay. I'm listening to the Sawbones book, I think it's called. I don't really know. I picked it up randomly on Scribd because I wanted something short to listen to for the weekend before my subscription thing rolls over and I get access to the books I actually want to read. This one's fine. It's about all the gross, horrifying, hilarious things about the history of medicine, and it's just not that good. But you know what? It's something to listen to while I'm out for a walk. Guys, I'm too spoiled. Bear made brunch and it's too nice, and now I'm just gonna eat this and enjoy it. Back on the couch. It was a delicious, delicious brunch, and I'm going to digest that while I read some more of Snake Agent, which I'm so excited to get back to and so excited to see where it goes next. Took a little break to bake some cupcakes. So I made a pastry cream and I baked the cupcakes, and then later I'm going to assemble them and put a chocolate glaze on top to make Boston cream cupcakes. They're so delicious, but they're so fiddly to make because there's so many steps. I'm usually a, cupcake base, some sort of buttercream on top, done type person. So I thought I would make these for my birthday when I have loads of time. It's the only thing I'm actually doing this weekend. So that's very fun. Watched some booktube videos while I did that, and now I am back to Snake Agent. I think I'm a little over halfway through. I can see. Yeah, I'm just over halfway through. It's really, really good. I'm finding the story so fascinating, and it's really, really starting to ramp up, and things are intense, and there's a lot on the line right now, so I'm gonna keep reading that for another hour or two before dinner. I apologize for the dryer noise, but laundry's gotta happen, right? I'm now pausing. I've just prepared my cheese plate for dinner, which I'll show you in a little while when I actually get to eating it. Don't get your hopes up, it's not fancy. And I'm going to now spend some time cutting little cones out of my cupcakes, filling the insides with pastry cream, and then putting lids back on and making a chocolate glaze. I said these were very involved cupcakes. I think I'm 80% of the way through Snake Agent now, and it's really good. This has been such a fun read. I'm pretty sure I'll want to continue with the series. I'm just, really enjoying it in general. So That's awesome. I don't know if I'll read much more tonight, and if I do, it might be Lord of the Rings. But if I don't finish that tonight, I'll definitely finish it. This is really tricky to do while also talking, so you know what? Oh, this one's got a hole in it. I'm going to stop filming now and just get on with this, as I said, very tedious job of probably watching some more YouTube. The best part of this recipe is that maybe I don't put nearly as much cream in, although I don't see how I could take more cupcake out without like losing structural integrity. Anyways, it makes like twice as much pastry cream as you need, and that shit is delicious. So yes, I will 100% be eating those little cupcake insides off a spoon with pastry cream as soon as I stop filming this. Cupcakes are chilling in the kitchen now, and it is time for dinner. I want to make it clear that I would share this cheese plate with my partner, but he doesn't like cheese on its own, so I'm not going to make him. He's having a salad instead. Well, I have this hopefully delicious and yet not at all artistic cheese plate to enjoy. It turns out those beautiful cheese plates you see on Instagram are like really hard to make. Also, I don't own any nice cheese boards or cutting boards or anything, so that was a bit limiting, but you know what? I've got some nice cheese. I even added some apricots and a clementine and some of the mango chutney that I made recently. If you would like to know more about mango chutney, watch this video up here in which I make it and also talk about A Case of Exploding Mangoes by Mohammed Hanif. While we eat our dinner, I think we're going to watch some more Lord of the Rings. We've been doing a slow rewatch over the last little while, and then afterwards we're going to work on a craft project that we've been doing. I've just spent like an hour straight eating cheese and having so many feelings about the Rohirrim, but it's cupcake time! A bit of a sleep in today, then I had a shower, and then I thought, you know what? It's my birthday. If I want to sit in bed and read my book, I'm going to. Today's reading order of operations is finish the chapter of The Two Towers that I fell asleep halfway through last night, because I don't like leaving chapters half done. I like to finish on a chapter point, so usually if I fall asleep halfway through one, I'll finish it in the morning. Then I want to finish Snake Agent. I think I'm about 3/4 of the way through that, so I think I've got maybe an hour and a half of reading left on that, so I think I'll finish that. And then I'm not sure. I'll pick a new book, I guess. I just finished Snake Agent, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if I'd say I'm like in a rush to go out and buy the sequel and read it immediately type enjoyed it, but it's definitely a series I'll want to keep reading. I thought the world was super interesting. I have such a soft spot for anything that includes heaven and hell as bureaucracy type things. That gets me every time. But on the whole, yeah, I just really liked it. The characters were really nuanced, which I appreciated. I feel like it's sort of essential in a book like this where interplay between heaven and hell and earth is so crucial. Like, if people are just really, I'm on the side of heaven and I never do anything even questionable, or I am pure evil because I'm on the side of... That's not a very interesting story, so the fact that there is so much nuance and gray area type behavior was really cool. I don't think it spoils anything to say that there is a badger teapot demon, which is so cute and I want one. I don't really know how it works. It's not really explained. Maybe we'll learn more about that in the future, but I think I'm going to start reading Penric and the Shaman. I think that's what it's called. It's the second in the Penric and Desdemona series. I read the first one over the summer and it was really good, and it's a novella, so I think I should be able to read that this afternoon, which would be really nice. I'm in the mood for something I can just finish. It's the end of November and I'm not quite ready to start my Christmas books yet, but also I want to start them like early next week, so I kind of want something that I can just like quickly read, enjoy, but like not have hanging over me. I thought I was gonna read all of Penric and the Shaman today. That didn't happen. First, I got distracted by the Wellington Paranormal COVID information videos, which if you have not seen those, I'm gonna link them down below because they were hilarious and so cute. I know it's all old news now. I know I'm not in New Zealand and therefore New Zealand regulations don't apply to me, but like, it was charming. So we watched all of those. Then I legitimately did mean to finish it. I had like an hour and a half left, and I think I've read maybe half an hour in the last 3 hours, and I've mostly just been dozing or checking Instagram, which is not ideal, but just very tired today. Bear is now cooking us some pasta for dinner, and I think we're gonna keep watching Lord of the Rings and keep working on our Christmas stockings, which I don't think I explained last night. That's the little sewing clip. I'll probably insert another sewing clip later. Don't judge me. I know my stitching is bad, but essentially we don't have Christmas stockings because it's the first time we spent Christmas here. We thought it would be a fun craft project, so we're making some, and it actually is really fun, and it's just surprisingly delightful. I don't think either of us expected to enjoy it as much as we are. So I think we're gonna keep working on those a bit tonight. It's almost time for me to go to bed on Sunday, so my weekend's basically over, but I've just finished The Two Towers, and I have to say, this is the first time that I've really appreciated that maybe I like the books as much as the movies. I'm not ashamed to admit it. In the past, I very much felt like I preferred the movies to the books, but reading it this time, I actually just enjoyed it so much and was actually so annoyed about so many of the changes that the movies made, which normally I'm not at all. So that has been so fun. I don't really know how to end this vlog. I don't have anything planned for this outro, so if you've liked this video, please hit the like button down below. If you would like to see more of my videos, please hit subscribe, and thank you for watching.